fight fans, my name's Flyin Brian J, and I'm here to talk about the top 3 fights that I think you should watch this coming Saturday at UFC Fight Night 125. This week I want to start with the honorable mention, and the fight falling into that slot is actually the main event, which might be surprising, but the reason why Lyoto the Dragon Machida versus Eryk Ya Boi Anders isn't getting into the top 3 is because Lyoto, even though he is historically must-watch television in my opinion, he's on a 3-fight losing streak, and all of those were brutal losses, and he's coming back too quickly after being knocked out by Derek Brunson in the very first round. And one reason why I'm so scared for him is Eryk Ya Boi Anders is a surging contender in UFC's middleweight division, and even though he's 31 years old, he has a lot of potential. He hits like a truck, and even though you might not know who he is, he's a former Alabama linebacker who won a national championship with them, and that right there tells you that he's a really athletic kid. And I don't want to see Lyoto Machida unconscious on the canvas again in the first round, and that right there is why they are not getting into the top 3. But let's talk about number 3. I picked Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Marlon Chito Vera. The reason why these guys are in there is because Douglas Silva de Andrade has 19 KO or TKO victories on his resume, his most recent of which was a spinning back fist knockout over Henry Briones. He hits like a truck, he looks like a brick S-house, and he mixes up his strikes really well. Opposite of him is a guy with a lot of potential. Chito Vera is only 25 years old, so he could get better and better every time we see him in the octagon. 3 out of his 4 UFC victories are via finish, 2 of them via submission, 1 of them via sweet highlight reel knockout over Brad One Punch Pickett, and I don't think he's ever had a boring fight that was his fault. The one fight that we could say wasn't overly exciting was, I think it was Davey Grant's fault. So we put these two together, and I think there's almost no chance that it's going to be boring. Number 2 is John the Magician Dodson versus Pedro Munoz. John Dodson is a guy who used to fight at 125 pounds, and he fought Demetrius Johnson for the title twice, and he used to be widely regarded as the hardest puncher in the flyweight division. When he made his move back to bantamweight and fought Manville the Anvil Gambirian, he showed that he has a speed advantage over a lot of the guys in this weight class, and he also brought that power with him. Even though he's only 2-2 in his last 4, he always brings a high level of excitement, and I don't want to call him a gatekeeper, but he is a good litmus test for anybody who's going to be a title challenger in the future, and that might just be Pedro Munoz. This guy has won 4 fights in a row. 3 of those are via guillotine choke, and when he fought Jimmy Altero Rivera, he showed that he's not just a submission threat. He actually dropped Rivera at one point in that fight with a right hook. So he's skilled in the striking department, he's always dangerous to grab your neck, and his dance partner in John Dodson is going to provide a lot of excitement. And that brings us to number 1, Thiago Marreta Santos versus Anthony Lionheart Smith. Now this is just the first fight on the main card, but for me it is the number 1 fight to watch. Even though this fight, I don't think it's going to be fight of the night. If it does end up being the FOTN, it's going to be fan-frickin-tastic. But these guys are each on 3-fight winning streaks where all of them are via finish. Marreta Santos has only struggled when guys took him to the ground, looked to get him with some ground and pound and Gegard, the dream catcher Mousasi, and then he got submitted in the fight after that. Anthony Lionheart Smith is not going to do that to him. These guys are going to stand up and strike each other. Thiago Santos throws spinning heel kicks to the face a lot. He's very explosive and very dynamic, and Anthony Lionheart Smith uses his range really well, and he's an extremely durable guy. These guys are going to get in there, and I love saying that they're going to be throwing big bungalows, and if you're a Just Bleed type of fan, you absolutely cannot miss the fight that kicks off the main card portion, where I think that Santos and Anthony Lionheart Smith are going to put it all on the line, and you and I both are going to love it. So that's my list, guys. Tell me, do you agree with it in the comment section down below? Please give the video a thumbs up. But before I leave, I gotta tell you, I forgot about the most important piece of information on this entire fight card, and that is one of the fighters in my most look forward to fight of the evening. Anthony Lionheart Smith is from Nebraska. So 3 out of the 6 fights that I've told you to watch in the past 2 events combined have been featuring guys from Nebraska. The last event, they went 2-0. Let's see if Anthony Smith can get it done this coming Saturday. The dude is from the hometown of Arbor Day. How fun is that? Just a little neat fact for you. Anyway, give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next one. Namaste.